I'm 4-1 meteorologist Kim Adams. First at 4, temperatures right now in the low 80s, and we're not done there. It gets even warmer tomorrow. We'll talk about it coming up.
Also first at 4, former President Donald Trump in court listening to claims he's a habitual liar. Why he says prosecutors and the judge are wasting their time. We're also tracking the UAW strike with thousands on the picket lines. General Motors announces more layoffs. And here's Will Jones.
An area on Detroit's west side is getting some TLC.
Community groups, churches working collaboratively to remove blight on about 2.5 square miles of this Detroit neighborhood.
Life Remodel is back with this 6-day project, the mission behind this work.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, something we've never seen before. A former president of the United States in court fighting to save his reputation and his business empire. Outside the courtroom, former President Donald Trump is blasting the entire case. Kimberly Gill joins us with the very latest. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon to you. The first thing I want to point out is this is a civil case, not a criminal trial. However, the fraud lawsuit brought by New York's Attorney General could cost the former president millions of dollars, and he could lose control of some of his most prized properties. The former president was front and center for today's opening statements in the $250 million suit. The Attorney General's team painted Trump as a habitual liar who misled banks, insurers, and others about his actual wealth and assets for years. His defense team says his financial statements were legitimate and accused the Attorney General's office of setting a very dangerous precedent for all business owners in New York. Trump is voluntarily attending the trial. The former president denies any wrongdoing and accuses the New York legal system of focusing on the wrong things.
We're wasting our time on this trial with a Democrat judge from the clubhouses. It's a disgrace. They ought to look for the murderers and the killers that are all over New York killing people. And the violent crime that's being committed in our city and our state is disgraceful, and we're going to be here for months.
My message is simple. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it.
Now, the judge in the case ruled last week Trump did commit fraud in his business dealings. If upheld on that appeal, that ruling could force Trump to give up New York properties, including his crown jewel, Trump Tower.
So then if the judge already said, OK, you committed fraud, then what is this trial going to decipher?
So the trial concerns 6 remaining claims, including allegations of conspiracy, falsifying records, and insurance fraud. So the judge says the trial is required because the AG is seeking that $250 million in penalties and wants to ban Trump from doing business in New York. So we're going to have more at 5 o'clock when you join us then, and we'll be watching it until then.
All right, we appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks, Kim. Well, we are seeing another ripple effect from the UAW strike. There are new layoffs as the historic labor action is in its 3rd week. General Motors is indefinitely laying off about 160 workers at plants in Ohio and Indiana. On Friday, the UAW expanded the strike for the 2nd time, targeting GM's Lansing Delta Township Assembly Plant and a Ford plant in Chicago. That boosted the number of striking workers to 25,000. However, there's been no word of big breakthroughs since that move. We are told negotiations continue. We'll bring you updates at 5 and 6. Meantime, Detroit casino workers have voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike if new contract negotiations stall. Union leaders say the vote was 99% in favor. The union members involved work at all 3 local casinos, the MGM Grand, Motor City, and the Hollywood Casino at Greektown, seen right there from one of our downtown cameras. Union negotiators say employees made sacrifices during COVID shutdowns, and they'd like to get back to the good jobs they were promised when casino gaming was approved. The current contract expires in mid-October. We also have this Local 4 update on a police shooting over the weekend, which is still under investigation this afternoon. Michigan State Police tell us a Detroit police officer is out of the hospital after being hit by a suspected street racer. Detroit police arrived in the area of Lance and Danbury early Sunday morning to find a large number of cars. They say one tried to speed away, hitting an officer who had jumped out of his squad car. The cop fired at the driver several times, and that driver remains in critical condition. Michigan State Police are leading the investigation. We're following it for you, and we'll keep you updated. Well, in today's first forecast, you really have to try really hard to have something to complain about. It is a beautiful October afternoon. Let's check in with Kim Adams.
You'd have to be a pretty negative person to find something to complain about today, although I'm sure someone could complain about something, but not many. Mostly sunny skies. What a great start to October. 79 in Pontiac, upper 70s in Mount Clemens. Just at 4 o'clock, it jumped up to 80 degrees at Metro Airport, so it will officially go down as an 80-degree day. 82 at City Airport. We're about 3 to 4 degrees warmer than we were yesterday, and tomorrow will be a couple degrees warmer as well. As we widen the view for you here, lots of heat. In fact, Marquette's at 81. It's 87 degrees right now in Green Bay, 93 in Sioux Falls. So very, very warm. We're not going to get to the upper 80s or 90s, but we are going to get a little warmer tomorrow with sunshine all day long, very stable air, 83 degrees, and it looks like Wednesday is going to be the warmest day of the week. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Kim. There's still no sign of 9-year-old girl who just vanished during a camping trip in New York over the weekend. Charlotte Sena was last seen riding her bike Saturday evening in a state park just north of Albany. Today, police, forest rangers, and others have been searching for her once again. She was riding with her friends when she decided to take one more lap by herself. Her bike was later recovered. An Amber Alert was issued Sunday morning. Her parents are hoping somebody knows something that will bring that child back home. United States Supreme Court will not consider a legal bid to disqualify former President Trump from running for the White House again. John Anthony Castro, a little-known Republican candidate for president, sued. It was based on the 14th Amendment and Trump's alleged role in the January 6th insurrection. Now, the court declined to hear the case without comments or a recorded vote. Trump denies any wrongdoing. The decision does not affect similar challenges in Minnesota, Colorado, or here in Michigan. Meantime, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas has recused himself for the first time from a case involving events of January 6th. Today, Thomas stepped aside in a ruling that involved former Trump legal advisor John Eastman, who was once a law clerk to Justice Thomas. But now, without Thomas, the court rejected an appeal from Eastman, who was trying to prevent a former employer from turning emails over to investigators. Thomas has faced criticism over January 6 cases because his wife, Virginia, was a vocal supporter of Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election results. Here at home, volunteers from across Metro Detroit are doing their part to help residents on the city's west side. Life Remodeled volunteers are spending this week, and they're removing blight, and this isn't the first year volunteers have done so. Local 4's Will Jones shows us what a difference their work can make.
It's a beautiful day to get outdoors and do some volunteer work and help better the community. Life Remodeled 6-day project got underway this afternoon here on Detroit's west side. Under a summer-like sun, volunteers hard at work pushing lawnmowers, raking leaves, and cleaning up empty lots.
I love coming to Detroit. I love the city. I'm very proud. And so anything I can do to help the residents and help our city be great, that's what it means to me.
It's been fun. Just helping out the community and doing what I can.
Life Remodel is back for a second year on Detroit's west side, taking over a 2-square-mile area near the former Cooley High School. The organization has been hosting cleanups in the city since 2014.
This is day one of our annual 6-day project. We'll have 5,000 volunteers from all different walks of life.
And as a resident, what does this mean to you to have people in your neighborhood helping out?
It means a lot because it showed that the people really care about the community and they care about people.
Life Remodel founder and CEO Chris Lambert says his organization intended to purchase Cooley and repurpose it as a hub of support for families. But DPSCD declining to sell the property last March, a disappointment for the Calvary Community Association.
So we're still fighting for that, and we're hoping that the Board of Education can hear us and appreciate what the community wants.
Mrs. Sandra Sterling has been in the neighborhood since 1979. She says she appreciates the work of Life Remodel.
Grateful that they're out here helping the community, removing all the blight. They did it last year, which we deeply appreciated. And for them to come back again this year, I thank Chris Lambert.
This is the map that volunteers are going to be working with. They're going to be out every afternoon until Saturday, hoping to make the neighborhood look better and residents feel better. From Detroit's west side, Will Jones, Local 4.
You're busy at work. All right. Thank you, Will. By the way, since 2014, Life Remodeled says more than 77,000 volunteers have worked on 2,000 city blocks in Detroit.